Okay. The Eiffel Tower can grow over 6 inches taller in the summer due to metal expansion. I bet that's true.
You were right. All right. Next question. Or fact.
Bananas are actually berries, but strawberries are not. So are strawberries like a fruit?
Well, berries are a fruit.
Strawberries are not. I think that's false. What do you think? I mean, they got berry right in the name.
I know.
I'm going to say false.
I'm going to say you're wrong.
How do you figure? You just made this stuff up. Octopuses, we know something else about octopuses. It's funny. I should put that on here.
Yeah.
Have 2 hearts, but only one pumps blood to the brain. Is that... I was thinking they actually had more than... I just thought they had a heart in every tentacle or something, or a brain. They have brains in every tentacle, I think.
Yeah.
So what brain are you talking about? I'd say true, just because it's weird. False, okay.
They have 3 hearts.
3 hearts?
Yeah.
They have a brain in every tentacle, though, I think.
I'm not sure about that. I just know they have 3 hearts.
The Great Wall of China is visible from space with the naked eye. Now
Space isn't real.
That's kind of a trick question, because if you go by what everybody tells you, then that is true, yeah. Right?
That's true?
Yeah. Why?
Because you can't see it from space.
Yeah, you can.
No?
I've seen pictures.
Well, I was up there. True. No.
If you shuffle a deck of cards, the exact order you just created has likely never existed before in history. That's not true totally. That's only 50 cards, right? 52 cards, so there's no way. No, that is not true. Nowhere in history. And how would you prove that?
Statistics.
I don't believe all this. Water can boil and freeze at the same time under the right conditions. Well, that doesn't really say boil and freeze. And I don't get you. What are you saying? At the same time. How could it do both? It's either going to do one or the other. I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. That would have to be true. Under the right conditions.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right for once.
Kind of wording these wrong. Goldfish only have a 3-second memory. Now, there's another one. How would they know that?
Brainwaves in the...
What if there's one goldfish out there that has a 5-second memory? Then this is wrong.
Well, exceptions don't disprove the rule.
Okay, sure, true. Why? Is it 4 seconds?
I don't know.
You don't know? Then how do you know it's not true? If you don't know, what is the actual time? The human brain generates enough electricity to power a small light bulb. Well, maybe some people. I don't know. They look around Walmart and there's no light bulbs over those people's heads. So, but since you're kind of saying everything wrong here and you made these all up, I would say it has more than that. It can generate a lot more electricity than that, right? So, I mean, that would be true. But, yeah. But it would also probably be able to power like a lot more stuff than just a little light bulb. Is that where the little thing where you have an idea and
that's where that came from, yeah.
Comes up over your head?
Because they realized that the brain's electricity can power a light bulb, yeah.
Okay. So that's interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
Or not. The longest hiccup spree lasted for 68 years. We just talked about this the other day.
Yeah, because I had the hiccups for like hours.
It was ridiculous. I didn't know adults actually got hiccups for that long, but I guess you did.
I kept chugging water, holding my breath, nothing worked.
So 68 years. That sounds a little far-fetched. I'm going to say it's less than that, so that's false. True, yes. True, it's false. The moon is slowly... I thought it was moving farther away. No, false. It's going further away.
Good job.
To keep yeah, that's true. A shark in a small tank. No, it is true. Because I've always heard that if you keep a fish in a tank and they grow to a size, you get a bigger tank, they can actually start growing again. They stop. So you're telling me you have a little baby great white and you put it in a 30-gallon aquarium. It's going to just grow and bust out of the aquarium?
Yes.
I don't believe that. A jiffy is an actual unit of time meaning 1/100th of a second. Sure, it's also peanut butter. The original name of Google was Backrub. That sounds a little weird.
Yeah, I know.
Probably so, yeah, true. Okay, just a guess. I have seen this before. A teaspoon of honey is the lifetime work of 12 bees. No, I think it was 1 bee. Really?
Yeah.
12 bees, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That was just one.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So when you eat like a tablespoon of honey,
that's like 30 bees. Their whole life work.
Right. And then it's gone.
That was good.
Imagine they'd be pretty upset. Your fingernails continue to grow after you die. That's false. They appear to because your skin shrinks back as you start to decompose.
Yep.
So I know a lot of people think that. And they also say your hair too.
This one confused me.
If you folded a piece of paper 42 times, it would reach the moon. Your paper's getting smaller.
I know. That's why I was confused about it. So, how thick it would be. If you could fold it that many times. It's impossible to fold it that many times, but if you could.
Not for me. Well, I guess that's true then. Oh, yeah. The human body contains enough fat to make 7 bars of soap. Yes, it does. I know that for a fact.
That's a concerning fact to know.
I saw Fight Club. The Statue of Liberty was originally intended to be placed in Egypt. I don't know. That supposedly is taken after like Elvis's likeness.
Really?
The face, if you look at it. But I don't know.
Elvis was after the Statue of Liberty.
It's also supposedly taken after a Satan statue. Yeah. So I don't know. Placed in Egypt. I thought they specifically made that for us. So I'm going to say false. True. Yes. That's what I meant to say. A day on Venus. Yeah, you just said this one the other day. That's true.
Well, I guess I was wrong.
What the heck? I was going by what you said the other day. If you remove all the empty space in atoms, the entire human race could fit inside of a sugar cube. What? I don't know. This is over my pay grade. Well, I guess, sure. Okay. Pineapples take 2 weeks to grow from the moment they sprout. Sure. How long do they take? The shortest war in history lasted 38 minutes. Probably so. You know, they probably put the 2 biggest guys in their armies up against each other to fight, so it that way. Yeah, I have heard that. That's true. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins.
Yeah, weird, isn't it?
No. A cow can walk upstairs but cannot walk back down. I have heard that is true too.
Which is weird.
You said false.
Oh.
I thought that was true.
Well, they can do it.
Although they prefer not to.
Yeah.
Now, did they sit down and have like a conversation?
So, Mr. Cal,
we can do it. We prefer not to. The Earth's core is colder than the surface of the sun. Well, I would hope so, or we'd probably burn up from the inside out. But false, so it's hotter than the sun?
Yeah.
How do they know that?
They went down there.
Oh, yeah, they went down there. The average cloud weighs over 1 million pounds. Well, I mean, they're made up of moisture and water and stuff, which, if you think about that, why doesn't that just fall, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. That is weird.
I'd say true, though, probably.
Oh, shoot. There we go.
Even though you think about how a baby octopus, what is your obsession with octopuses?
It's not my obsession.
It's smaller than a flea when it's born. Well, probably so. True, I'd say. The inventor of the Pringles can is buried in one. Hopefully it's not one that's still on the shelf somewhere. Surprise! My chips are all smashed in here. Oh no, that's the guy that invented them. I don't know, that sounds like something would do. So yeah, I'd say true. Pigeons can recognize themselves in the mirror, just like primates. I've heard that about crows. I would say true on that one, probably.
You're doing good now.
The Great Pyramid of Giza has a perfectly square base. Yeah, it does, because it sets on top of that. And then people think that it's 4-sided, but it actually has 8 sides. Pyramids do? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'd say, what do you mean?
No, the base of the Great Pyramid of Giza is not a perfect square. The west side is slightly longer than the east side, with about a difference of about 14.1 centimeters.
Oh, I was close.
Slightly lopsided.
They messed that all up then. Snakes can hypnotize their prey before striking. I've heard this before, like staring in their eyes or something. So I'll say true.
No.
False. Okay. Sounds cool though.
Yeah, sounds cool. Sounds
the
very
first
cool.
oranges weren't orange, they were green. I don't know how they'd know that, but since it's you, I'll say true.
I looked it up.
How would they know?
I didn't know. They still are around.
Really?
By first oranges, it means real oranges. Real oranges are
haven't
green.
been messed with.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen avocados? They look more like bananas when they're original. They
Well, have you seen bananas? They're like that big usually and just full of seeds. But
yeah, they mess with our food so much over time.
Oranges, the only reason they're orange is because they're genetically modified and they're grown in different parts of the world. If they're grown in their normal habitat and they're not genetically modified, they're green on the outside.
Or if they still taste the same.
Yeah, they're basically the same. They're the same inside looking and everything.
A jellyfish's tentacles can continue stinging even after they're detached. Yeah, I know that's true, right? Yeah. It's kind of like a wasp. If their ass end gets ripped off, that stinger can still get you, you know? I think it's kind of like that. Mount Everest is getting shorter every year due to erosion. Well, that's probably true. Why?
Mount Everest is steadily getting bigger, growing by about 2 millimeters, or the width of a strand of spaghetti per year.
Elephants are the only animals that cannot jump. There's got to be something else that can't jump. Right? I mean, what about rhinos? Can they jump?
I guess.
Or, really? Okay, true. The fingertips of a koala
Prints.
are... Fingerprints. What'd I say?
Tips.
Fingerprints. It's same thing. Of a koala are so close to humans that they can confuse forensic experts. Interesting.
Interesting.
True. All right.
Good to know.
A person's hair and nails keep growing after death? No. They actually don't. It's just your stuff starts shrinking down, shriveling up, so it appears like it does. Right. Mosquitoes prefer to bite people who have just eaten bananas. Again, I don't know how, if they took like a Gallup poll of a million mosquitoes, it's kind of the prefer thing. Well, we prefer not to, but we will. I don't know. Bananas. True. False. Okay. That's true, yeah. The oldest known your mom joke dates back to 3,500 years ago. Probably. Yeah, true.
Could you imagine
What was
some
it, you think?
I don't know. Imagine some medieval people sitting there. Well, your mother.
Right. If you scream for 8 years straight, you will generate enough sound energy to heat a cup of coffee. That'd be a lot of work. I mean, they have machines that do that, so.
Thank God we have those machines.
Imagine back in the day when they had to scream just to get their coffee hot.
That would have
For
been
8 years.
Yeah.
Probably true, yeah. Okay. The national animal of Scotland is the unicorn. Yes, true. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. False.
Good job. You're on a roll now.
I know it. Look at me go. All humans share about 60% of their DNA with bananas. Now when you say share, I've never given any of my DNA a banana. Or any banana.
Any bananas DNA.
So share, you mean like it's the same similarity.
Yeah.
I would say true, because it's weird. Owls can rotate their heads full 360 degrees. False. It appears so.
I think it's about 270.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah. More people die annually from vending machines than shark attacks. True, I'm sure. I know I shake the hell out of them things. The world's smallest mammal is the bumblebee bat. I don't know, probably. A bolt of lightning is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. Once again, I don't know how they would know that, but I mean, sure. Napoleon Bonaparte. That's one of the jokes we did.
Yeah, I know.
Bonaparte was extremely short, standing at 4 feet 11. Probably true, yeah. False, how tall was he?
5'2".
5'2".
Oh, in French units, which is equivalent to 5 foot 6.5 inches.
Yep, I've heard that too. Sharks really don't kill that many people statistically, you know. Coconuts.
Canoconuts.
Banana.
For some reason, it doesn't want to go. Oh, that was it.
That was it already?
That was it.
Wow.